I welcome all the students present in this video lecture session. And today's session is MCQ session 2 for the subjects of energy conservation and management. And in today's session, we are going to start the solving MCQ from 21 to 40. So let's start with the MCQ 1, that is 21. An oil fire boiler operates an excess air of 20%, and if the stoichiometric air to the fuel ratio is 14 and the oil consumption is 200 kg per hour, then the mass of flue gas leaving the boiler chimney in kg per hour would be, an option given over here is 3560, 3360, 3460 and 3660. So students, here let we first write the given data. So here the excess air percentage is given, that is the 20%, and stoichiometric ratio is given, that is 40:1 for the diesel. Mass flow rate of the fuel is also given, that is 200 kg per hour. So student, first we calculate the theoretical air required. Theoretical air required, which is equals to 5 into the mass of fuel. Our stoichiometric ratio is 40 into the 200, so we get 2800 kg per hour of air is required. Now we calculate the actual air required, which is equals to 1 plus EA divided by 100 into the theoretical air required. So here we have the 20%, so 1 plus 20 it becomes a 1.20 into the theoretical air, that is 2800. So our answer for the actual air requirement is becomes 3360 kg per hour. But this is not our answer. Here in this MCQ it is asked that mass of flue gases. So the mass of flue gases, the mass of air plus mass of the fuel. So the mass of air is 3360 plus the mass of fuel is 200, and our final answer is 3560 kg per hour. So here it is given by the option A. So correct answer for this MCQ is 3560. MCQ number 22. A sensitivity analysis is an assessment of. So as all of you know that the sensitivity means it is the risk due to the assumption, or we can say the uncertainty due to the assumptions. So here the answer for this MCQ is becomes the B, that is risk due to the assumption. Now the next MCQ, MCQ number 23. For an investment which has a fluctuating saving, means every year saving cannot be same, it is a fluctuating over its project life, which of the analysis is best option? So students, as per our syllabus we have 4 different method. One is the simple payback method, then net present value is there, then return on investment, and the internal rates of return. There are 4 financial analysis techniques are there in our syllabus. Option given over here is also a 4. So for the fluctuating saving, which method is preferable? It is the net present value. So NPV is preferable when your saving is not stable, it is a fluctuating one. Now MCQ number 24. In a heat exchanger, the inlet and outlet temperatures of cooling water is 28 degree and 33 degree centigrade. The cooling water circulations is 200 liters per hour. The process fluid enters in the heat exchanger at 60 degree and leaves at 45 degree. Find out the flow rate of the process fluid if the Cp of process fluid is 0.95. Student, here the unit of Cp is not given, but as per the standard it is the kilocalorie per kg degree centigrade. So an option given is 70, 631, 63 and 570. So students, for the balance kind of heat exchanger, we know that the heat rate of cold fluid equals to the heat rate of, so for cooling water, the cooling water is having the inlet temperatures of 28. So cooling water outlet minus cooling water inlet temperature into the mass flow rate of cooling water into the Cp of cooling water. And here it is the mass flow rate of the process fluid into the Cp of process fluid into the temperature difference of the process fluid. So Tp inlet minus Tp outlet. Now we put down the various value given over here, that is 33 minus 28 into the mass flow rate, that is 200 into the Cp of water in kilocalorie per kg degree centigrade is 1, and if it is given in kilojoule per kg Kelvin, then it becomes a 4.186 or 4.2. Here the mass flow rate of the process fluid is unknown, and that is we have to find for the MCQ, and Cp of the fluid is given, that is a 0.95, and the temperature difference is given, that is 60 minus 45. So here our answer is becomes this is a 5 into 200 divided by 0.95 into this 15, and that is our mass flow rate of the process fluid, and the answer will come, that is 70 liters per hour. So our answer for this MCQ is option number A, that is 70. Now next MCQ, that is MCQ number 25. In a cumulative sum, means Q sum, if the graph is horizontal, as we all know that here it is the Q sum and here it is the time is given, and we plot this kind of fluctuations occurs like, and after that we calculate the net area under this curve, and from that we can say that the saving is achieved or it may be a loss. Option given over here is nothing can be said. The energy consumption is reduced, specific energy consumption is increased, and the actual and calculated energy consumptions are the same. Students, here it is say that if graph is horizontal, instead of this fluctuating, if your graph is like a horizontal line, and which shows us the difference between the actual consumption and the calculated or predicted one is zero, and that's why the fluctuation is becomes a zero. So here the correct answer is a D, that actual and calculated energy consumptions are the same. Then MCQ number 26. Assume project A. So here let me write project A is given, which has an IRR of 85% and the NPV is 15,000. And for project B, the IRR is 25% and here it is 2 lakh. Which project would be implemented first if financing is available and project technical life is expected same? Means the life of project is same for A as well as B. So basis on the NPV, we can say that if the NPV is more, your project is more suitable, as well as for IRR, the lesser the IRR, your project is more suitable. So basis on this IRR and NPV, the project B is very suitable. So option given over here is B, A cannot be decided, and question does not make a sense. But correct option over here is a project B. So that is our correct answer. Now the question 27. In CDM terminology, CDM means clean development mechanisms. What is the meaning of CER? So students, under this CDM, we can have a trade of carbon credits, and which has the unit of CER, and CER means the certified emission reductions. So our options for the correct answer is option C, that is certified emission reduction. So here the C is a correct answer for MCQ number 27. Now MCQ number 28, how much carbon emission will be reduced per year by replacing the 60 watt of incandescent lamp with the 50 watt of CFL lamp if the emission per unit is 1 kg of CO2 per kWh and the annual burning is 3000 hours. The option A is 45 ton, then B is 3 ton, then C is 0.135 ton and D is 183 ton. So students, in this numerical, the situation given like this. First we have this incandescent lamp bulbs which is having a capacity of 60 watt and which replaced by the CFL of the 15 watt. So what is saving is 60 minus 15, so we get 45 watt of saving. Now the operating hours is given and that is 3000. Total energy is 45 multiplied by 3000. So it becomes the 135,000 watt hour, and if we convert it into the kWh, then it becomes 135 kWh. And student, here the rate of emission is given 1 kg of CO2 per kWh. So 1 kg of CO2 per kWh. So total saving in CO2 emission is 135 kWh into 1. So that will give you the 135 kg of CO2 emissions saved. But the answers are given in ton, so we need to divide by 1000. So our answer is becomes 0.135 tons of CO2. So our answer for this MCQ becomes the option C, that is 0.135 ton. Now the MCQ number 29, an energy audit as defined in the Energy Conservation Act does not include, student, here does not include, as per the Energy Conservation Act 2001, energy audit is the verification, monitoring and analysis of use of energy and action plan to reduce the consumption with the submission of technical reports along with the cost benefit analysis and recommendations. But the implementations of all the recommendations of energy audit is not included in the definition. So here the option A, B, C, that is the part of the definitions of energy audit as per the Energy Conservation Act 2001. But the last option, that implementations of all recommendations are not a part of the energy audit. So here our correct answer for this MCQ becomes the D, that is implementations of all recommendations of energy audit. Now the MCQ number 30. In the first 2 months, the cumulative sum is 4 and 12 respectively. In each of the next 2 months, the E calculated means energy calculated is more than the energy actual consumption by 3. The energy saving at the end of the 4th month would be. So students, here you must have to remember the structures for calculations of Q sum. So it is the energy actual consumption, then energy calculated, or we can treat as a predicted one. Then there is the difference between the actual minus the predicted one or calculated one, and then last column is the Q sum. So this is the structure. So let we take a 1 month, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here 4 months is there. So data for the actual consumption and difference is not given for first 2 months, but it is given that it is a 4 and 12 is there. Now after that, this two data is not given, that is actual and predicted one, but it is given that the calculated energy is more than the actual energy by 3. So here our answer will come, that is a minus 3 and minus 3. So the now Q sum is 12 minus 3, it becomes the 9, and 9 minus 3, it becomes the 6. So our answer for the 4-month Q sum is the 6th. So option is given over here, it's minus 6, then 0, then 6, and none of the above. So our correct answer for this MCQs becomes the option C, that is a 6. So students, you must have to remember this kind of the construction or the structures of Q sum. Now the MCQ number 31, which among the following can be best implemented through the ISCO? You must have know about the ISCO, that is Energy Services Company, and which as act as an intermediator between the financial support or financial source and the potential industry. So it takes the finance and it's supply to the technical services, and whatever the rewards is also going to the ISCO, and some of the fractions is supplied to the financial provider. So here it is the, we can say, the end user. So this is the role of ISCO. Now let we go with the options. Call procurement contract for captive power plant. So here it is procurement. So procurement cannot be comes under the role of ISCO. Then energy efficiency design of municipality light system. Design is also not a part of the ISCO. Then large waste heat recovery systems in large process plant where the external financial is sought. Means there is a huge potentials of waste heat recovery in the process plant, but the external financial is required. So this option is the correct option as per the rule of ISCO. The last option is energy and mass balance study of the steel plants. It is not a part, or it is not a role of ISCO. So here for this question, the option C is the correct answer. That is a large waste heat recovery systems in large process plant where the external finance is required. Now the MCQ number 32, statement not applicable. Student must have to focus, not applicable to TOD means time of day tariff in the electric tariff structures. So let me check the options. Higher energy charge during the peak. It is an incentive to maximize off-peak consumptions. It is an incentive to minimize the peak time period draw from the grid by the consumer. It is disincentive for the distributions company. So students, actually the time of day tariff is to shift the peak of the load from peak to the off peak. Means the time of day tariff is to switch the maximum demand in the peak to the off peak hours by supplying or by giving the some incentive to the consumers. So option A, B, and C are the correct, and option D is not applicable to TOD. So the correct answer over here, it is the D. Now the MCQ number 33, the process by which the annexure 1 country can invest the GHG means greenhouse gases project in developing country is called, that is the green trading, clean development mechanisms, conference of parties, then certified emission reduction. So here it is green trading, there is no words are there. This is the unit of carbon credits. Then conference of party is not also there. So the correct answer is clean development mechanisms. The MCQ number 34, which one is not an, here it is not an energy consumption benchmark parameters. Student, benchmarking parameters are per unit of process parameters. So let me check the options. So it is kilocalorie per kWh of electricity generated. So this is output. So it is the benchmarking parameter. Then second is kg per degree centigrade. It is not a benchmarking parameters. Third is kW per tons of refrigeration, means the specific energy consumption per unit output. And here it is kWh per kg of yarn. So these all three are the units which is used for the energy consumption benchmarking parameter, but the option B is not used. So our correct answer over here is the B, that is kg per degree centigrade. 35. The 4 pillars of success of energy management are the technical abilities, monitoring systems, top management supports, and the strategic plan. That is the correct answers. So here the correct answer is the strategic plan. It is only information based questions. 36. Identify the wrong statement. Fuel switching may improve the energy efficiency. It may. Fuel switching may be reduce the energy efficiency. It may be possible. Fuel switching may reduce the energy cost. It is also possible. Fuel switching always reduce the energy consumption. So as per this last statement, always it's not possible. So here the answer D is a correct answer for this MCQ because it is wrong statement. Now MCQ number 37, the Doppler effect principle is used in which of the following instruments? Means here the different audit instruments are given and we need to identify that in which instrument the Doppler effect is used. So lux meter, which is used to measure the light intensity, the ultrasonic flow meter, the infrared thermometers, and flue gas analyzer. So students, the working of ultrasonic flow meter, suppose this is my pipe and the fluid is flow inside the pipe and I want to measure the mass flow rate of the fluid, then there is one sensor is there and we have to use this electrolyte gel over here, and there is another receiver is there and that passes the ultrasonic waves, and basis on that we can be able to find it out the mass flow rate. So there is one sender is there and one receiver is there, and which sends the ultrasonic waves and receiver is receives, and based on this Doppler effect we can be able to find it out the mass flow rate of the fluid using this ultrasonic flow meter. So here the correct option is the option B, that is ultrasonic flow meter. Now the MCQ number 38, in cogeneration system with extraction condensing turbine, the highest rate is recorded when the option A, maximum power output and maximum extraction, the option B, maximum power output and normal extraction, maximum power output and minimum extraction, none of the above. So students, for extraction condensing turbine, when you go for the higher heat rate, then you have to adopt for more power output and more extraction. So here the correct answer is the option A, that is maximum power output and maximum extraction to the processes. Now MCQ number 39, a bottoming cycle is one in which the fuel is used for producing. Bottoming cycle means the power is producing in bottom and where in top we have the heat requirements. So as per the definitions of bottoming cycle, the heat is primary followed by the product of power. So the correct option is option B. Now last MCQ, MCQ number 14, the heat transfer in the furnace is affected by option A, radiation from the flame, radiation from the furnace wall, convection due to the movement of hot flue gases over the stock, and all of the above. So students, as you know that in the furnace, the heat is transferred by the radiations of flame, then furnace wall, as well as the convection due to the air movement. So all of the above is a correct answer in this case. So the correct answer is option D, that all of the above. So this is all about the today's 20 MCQ. Thank you, students.